Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Friday, October 20th, 2017. The last few weeks have been on the dry side for much of the Great Basin. Really only the mountains of central Idaho and western Wyoming have seen any real measurable precipitation over the past few weeks. That is about to change, however, as we're seeing an area of low pressure move into the Pacific Northwest and northern Rockies. This will bring some precipitation, mainly once again to the mountains of central Idaho and sweeping across into western Wyoming. But the far northern portions of Utah may also see some precip with this system, as well as increased winds across the southern Great Basin today. This image on the left shows the area where we'll see the bulk of the precipitation, mainly across the north and dipping into far northern parts of Nevada and Utah. The ventilation index is very good today. This is due to those strong winds across much of the Great Basin, particularly Idaho and Utah, with gusts 35 to 40, even up over 50 miles an hour in portions of the eastern Utah. With high mixing heights across much of the geographic area. By tomorrow, some of this moisture may linger across the north. Cooler northerly flow will be in place across much of the Great Basin. Behind that cold front, we'll definitely see a marked difference in temperature as that cooler air mass moves in. Ventilation index stays pretty high for tomorrow, with just some decreasing values across the south. We'll see lighter winds certainly across much of the area, especially over the south for tomorrow, but some stronger winds may remain in place across the north. And we'll see those mixing heights decrease as we move into the weekend, particularly over Nevada. By Sunday, an area of high pressure begins to move into the southern portions of the Great Basin, with some moisture lingering across the north. The air mass will begin to become a little bit more stagnant with lighter winds, and we'll see the ventilation rates decreasing across Nevada and Utah. Again, lighter winds are contributing to this decrease in the ventilation index across the south, with stronger winds continuing up north over Idaho, and mixing heights lowering across Utah, Nevada, and portions of central Idaho. The clearing index for Utah is shown here. Today, the clearing index is very high across the entire state. By tomorrow, we'll begin to see some of those values decreasing in the lower elevations, and by Sunday, further decreasing area-wide. 3-day precipitation accumulations show the best chance for precipitation coming to the western and central Idaho mountains, as well as over the higher elevations of western Wyoming, and we could just see a little bit of precip over the far north of Nevada and Utah, particularly over the higher elevations. By Monday, the area of high pressure builds into the western U.S. for warming temperatures region-wide. Ventilation index is fair across much of the area, but decreasing over Nevada. And as we go into the middle of next week, the high pressure strengthens for generally sunny skies and light winds region-wide, and the ventilation index will begin to decrease somewhat. By Wednesday, we'll see the hints of another area of low pressure moving in, and continue to see moderate ventilation rates with some wind possible across the geographic area, lighter values across the south. And by Thursday, that area of low pressure kind of drops into the northern Rockies, Rocky Mountain area, bringing some stronger winds to the eastern half of the Great Basin. Precipitation accumulations for the second half of the period are very light to none. It's really just today into tomorrow that we'll expect to see some precipitation across the north. And then we'll return to the dry pattern. The extended outlook going into the end of October and the first part of November is calling for continued above normal temperatures, particularly across the south, with a below normal precipitation trend over Utah and Nevada, near normal across the central Idaho mountains. So looking for a continuation in general of this warm dry pattern that we've kind of been in. This concludes today's smoke dispersion briefing. Please check back on Monday for the latest update.